welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're really digging into something crucial, how to figure out what people actually need.
Yeah, and how to spot those opportunities that maybe others are missing. It's all about getting that competitive edge.
Exactly. We've got some great insights lined up from sources like Everyone is a Product Manager, the Christensen Institute on Disruption,
Indemo on unmet needs, Shopify on Intel, and even some undercover thinking strategies from various channels and guides.
our mission today
Yeah,
to help you see past the obvious stuff.
right. We want to get to those deeper motivations, the things that really drive markets and, well, success.
Okay, so let's jump right in. There's this classic analogy, you probably know it, about buying a drill.
Yes. The drill.
So the customer asks for a drill, but what's the real goal?
They want a hole, right? Not the drill itself, it's the outcome they're after.
Precisely. And this really highlights that difference between a stated want and the actual underlying need.
It does. And, the key thing here is avoiding just sort of surface level guesses. It's about finding the true problem, the real desire.
So how do we reliably get past that drill to find the hole? Our sources suggest a kind of framework.
A process.
Yeah. First, you describe what you're seeing, the phenomenon. Then summarize the obvious problem.
But then you have to ask, is this the real problem?
Right. That's the critical step. Then you analyze, people's thoughts, their goals, what they actually do.
And from that, you derive the actual need. And importantly, you got to check for objectivity. Make sure it's not just your own bias.
Okay, so that's the theory. How do we, do that practically?
Well, there are tools, things like digital ethnography, watching people online naturally,
Okay.
customer journey mapping, diary studies. Indemo talks about these, capturing that real world context.
Like seeing how people actually use things or struggle with things.
Exactly. And empathy is huge here. Satya Nadella calls it the holy grail for finding those unarticulated needs. You have to connect.
Okay, this undercover thinking piece sounds fascinating. What's that about? Sounds a bit sneaky.
No, it's not about being James Bond. It's more about ethical immersion.
Immersion.
Yeah, like actually working inside an industry, often in a smaller company, to truly understand it from the ground up.
Ah, I see. Like learning by doing, but strategically.
Precisely. There's an example of the founder of a glass cup brand, Mushilu.
Oh, yeah.
They learned all about product differentiation, supply chain stuff, just by being in it. Things you might not grasp in a huge corporation.
Because you're siloed in a big company.
Often, yes. This undercover way helps you become what some sources call a hexacore warrior, someone who gets the whole picture.
The whole picture meaning?
Like customer flow, the product itself, how transactions work, delivery, the entire business process. It's deep competitive intelligence, really. Gives you a real edge.
Okay, so you gain this deep insight, maybe through empathy, maybe through this undercover approach. What then? What's the payoff?
Well, the payoff can be huge. You could potentially drive real disruptive innovation.
Disruptive innovation. That's Clayton Christensen's term, right?
That's the one. And it's not just about making something a little bit better. It's about making things more accessible, more affordable.
Often starting at the kind of lower end of the market.
Exactly. And then moving up, think Netflix versus Blockbuster.
Right. Netflix didn't just make renting videos better, they changed how you accessed entertainment. Mail order, no late fees.
Totally different model. They made it accessible in a completely new way, and eventually, well, Blockbuster couldn't keep up.
That creates what they call a blue ocean. Yeah, an uncontested space.
Right. Instead of fighting rivals in a bloody red ocean, you're creating new demand, new value. The competition becomes almost irrelevant.
Wow. Okay, that brings us towards the end of our deep dive today.
Right.
We've gone from understanding true needs
Thinking about the whole, not just the drill.
to using undercover thinking to get real-world intel.
And seeing how that can fuel truly disruptive ideas. The big takeaway, look deeper. Always look beyond the surface.
Yeah.
So here's something to chew on. What's a surface problem you see around you in your work or life that might actually be a sign of a much deeper need? Or maybe an overlooked opportunity for disruption?
Ooh, good question.
We genuinely love to hear your thoughts on this. Have you ever uncovered a hidden need? Tell us about it in the comments. Seriously, share your experiences.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And hey, if you found this conversation valuable, if you got something out of this deep dive, please do us a huge favor.
Yeah, hit that like button, give us a 5-star rating if you can.
And definitely click follow or subscribe to The Deep Dive, wherever you're listening right now.
It honestly makes such a difference. It helps us keep bringing these kinds of conversations to you.
And it helps build this awesome community of people who love to dig deep. just like us.
We really appreciate you tuning in and supporting the show.
We do. Thanks so much, and we'll catch you on the next Deep Dive.